Next was a ladder match for the TNT title. Of course, everybody knows ladder matches are no disqualification. Anything goes. It's Wardlow versus Christian Cage with Dino in his corner. And again, what can I say? Christian is a pro. This could have been such a learning experience for Wardlow to have a match, a wrestling match with Christian. He could have learned some timing. He could have learned how to, as it be a baby face that's both aggressive toward the heel when he needs to be, but at the same time, he could have learned how to sell as a bigger guy with the heel using subtle tricks to make him sell. Things and such of that. Or they could have gone out here and had this ridiculous car wreck that, again, I had to fast forward major fucking segments of to be able to stomach. Because Wardlow spent a while setting up 2 tables on the floor in the entranceway side by side, which of course can help him in no way whatsoever win this match. And then they left him sitting there for a while because, they'll come back to it later. There were ladders everywhere. There was nobody in the ring. They were bridging the apron to the railing with the ladder so they could walk on it. I fast forwarded some. And then Wardlow did a swanton off the top so that Christian could move and Wardlow could hit the ladder. And then Arn came to ringside. Now, Arn, if he's been with Wardlow, why did he just show up halfway through? Did he not expect any of this was going to happen? And the dinosaur, right?
And the dinosaur.
So anyway, Arn came to ringside, and Wardlow selling with the swanton hitting the ladder. So Arn comes to ringside and whispers to Wardlow while Christian is climbing the ladder in the ring. But instead of going in to stop Christian from climbing the ladder, Wardlow climbs to the top rope and jumps from the top rope to the other side of the ladder. I guess theoretically, in a perfect world, it was going to be the old deal where Wardlow just suddenly appears standing on the ladder opposite Christian, so they're looking face to face, right? I've seen that spot done before, but not by a 275-pound man, because when he jumped to the ladder, it broke its fucking leg. And the ladder and both of the wrestlers fell, and down came baby, cradle and all. Everybody just hit the fucking deck. So now, Christian had rolled out to the floor, and Wardlow takes the ladder with the broken leg and starts setting it back up to climb the thing. And the corpse referee, of course, Captain Phony, he was the first one to run. They were going to run in and hold it like they did the last time we saw footage of them holding a goddamn ladder with a broken leg, while the announcers were screaming, "Get another ladder! Dude, don't climb that ladder!" Apparently he heard them, or one of the referees gave him the Iggy, because he then pushed aside the ladder with the broken leg and got one of the other 10 ladders sitting around ringside. But when he gets that one, Dino comes in and grabs Wardlow and choke slams him twice. So now here comes Arn into the ring. I know he's had a bad neck and had to end his career because of a neck injury. Does he have things going on with his knees that we are not aware of? Or was he trying to crouch and sneak?
I think so.
Why was he unsteady on his feet?
I think you got it right.
But nevertheless, he ran at Dino, and Dino reached out and grabbed Arn by the goozle pipe, as they say. So Arn, instead of kicking him in the nuts and DDTing him or something that might have got a pop from the people that Arn Anderson would do, Arn got the hand that was around his neck from Dino and bit Dino's thumb, bit down on it, and bit it for a little while until it looked like the people couldn't really figure out what was going on. It was kind of like, it looked like when a guy grabs one of the marks that's jumped in the ring and there's a tug over the t-shirt or whatever. And then Dino shoved Arn down, I will say down in the Ox Baker description of taking a bump down, and turns around to the camera and his thumb is covered in what I assume is phony blood. Like Arn bit his fucking thumb off. So now, because of that, Dino goes down to the floor and grabs Arn, but Wardlow hits Dino with a chair and a second time and puts him on the tables that he had set up 15 minutes earlier. And Dino laid there motionless with his hands at his sides, not moving a muscle on the table. I forgot to time it because I was going to go get my watch with my second hand. I could have timed it with a calendar or a sundial, but it had to be 45 seconds, right? While Wardlow set up the big old ladder. The match, by the way, is still going on. There's a match between Wardlow and Christian Cage for one of these belts that everybody has, but we've completely taken a side. We've gone down a side road. They flipped the switch on the railroad tracks, and we've gone to Hooterville. And all of the referees now hold the ladder on the floor for Wardlow while he climbs to the top of it to swanton Dino through one of the two tables. He put the second table up to absorb some of his fall, but it looked like it should have broken his tailbone when he landed. And I said, I can't do this anymore. Shortly thereafter, somehow Wardlow won. And I again felt bad that Arn, at this stage of his life, is having to be involved in things like this. And there you go. What'd you think?
As I said earlier, the saddest pay-per-view of all time. I mean, you got the nice moment of Wardlow doing the swanton off the ladder, landing right on his fucking hip and his ass. That's going to hurt. I hate that ladder matches are now just run-of-the-mill, but they are. And I know he's a big guy in a ladder match, but it was a bunch of crap on a show with a bunch of crap.
We're trying to figure out a way to make this show entertaining. We're trying to we would love to come up with something positive to say just to change the pace.
And I'm not a fan of Arn Anderson's managerial run in AEW at all. Whether it's Cody, whether it's his son, whether it's Wardlow. Maybe I'm forgetting someone else, I don't know. It's the finger gun that he pulls out of a jacket that he's not wearing. It's everything. And I don't know. This wasn't for me.